Hey YouTube, it's me Ryan Hawley once again. Welcome to my PB70CD OEM YouTube channel. What we are going to be doing today is a clean install of IBM PCDOS version 7.0 and Microsoft Windows version 3.1. The version of PCDOS 7.0 I'm using is on floppy disks with the XDF format. That's one of IBM's formats. And we are also going to be doing an install of the sound and modem M-Wave drivers for Windows 3.1 and the Vga drivers. Since this is an IBM Aptiva model 2168M53, this will apply to an M-Series or A-Series Aptiva, Magic, and Odyssey. The drivers are actually on this CD right here, which I will be linking in my video in the description box, the download link to my internetarchive.org account that has the CD. I don't have a better way of saying that, but anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Hard drive is blank. Same hard drive as I used in my last two videos. That runs kind of slow, but I figured it'd be okay to use the same one anyways, since I'm going to be using mostly floppy disks anyways, so it really won't make any difference. I've also got a Windows 98 floppy disk here, which has the IDE CD-ROM drives, so we'll be doing that last. Okay, starting PCDOS. It'll say, do you want to, excuse me, install PCDOS 7.0, which it just did right here, so we'll type in Y for yes, and it'll install that extended density format driver. Okay. Just go ahead and ignore that. I have a second hard drive. Temporarily hid the two partitions that I have on it with my Acronis OS selector disk, which I only use for partition related stuff, but long story short, that's not the purpose of this video, so we'll just continue on. Won't install everything, just install what's necessary. You know, we're not going to be using data compression, at least for the sake of the video. We'll install the antivirus. I don't have any PCM CIA slots. Won't be using that either, so we'll go ahead and continue on. Backup previous, no, there is no previous version of DOS. The hard drive's blank. Now this might take about a few minutes or so, so we'll be back here momentarily. Okay, we're back. Setup has finished copying DOS files. So from here, we'll go ahead and edit our autoexec.bat and config sys files. Just 3, close out of that. Personally, what I like to do is rem out these, so the antivirus doesn't, hang on, hope this stays focused, so that the antivirus and DOS shell program doesn't come up. Just have a clean DOS prompt. So we'll go ahead and F2 to save, and then F3. Now here, I like to bump this up to files equals 60, and then this to 20. Oops. I just highlighted that. And then on the DOS high item, we'll put a comma, UMB for upper memory block. Okay, just making sure that that's correct. So we'll hit F2 to save, and then F3. And now we will exit. Remove the disk, and then exit, and then at this particular point, we will now insert our Windows 98 disk. Let's go into the DOS directory first. DOS. Oh wait. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, that's in there. But we need to get the driver file, so we'll go to the A prompt. I've actually added in a couple of custom modded so what we will do is type in copy space oakcdrom.sys DOS. We'll copy the oakcdrom.sys file to our DOS directory. Okay. Now, if you're using a Windows 98 boot disk that has that, to make things easier, at least for me personally, because I'm not all that familiar with the enhanced e-editor that comes with PCDOS, type in copy edit dot star, that little star symbol, C DOS. Okay, and we'll go back to the C prompt. Remove the Windows 98 boot disk. Edit. Open. Got a mouse driver installed, I almost forgot. We'll first select this. Excuse me. At the bottom we'll type in LH space for load high. C DOS mscdex.exe / D for driver mscd001, we'll just name it that. And then optionally I'm going to put in, oops. No, I was right the first time. Sorry about that. 30. And I'll just keep it as is. It'll still work. Go ahead and save that, and then we will open this right here. Device high. Just making sure that that's spelled right. C:DOS IDE whoops oakcdrom.sys / D mscd001. Okay. Go ahead and save that. Then we'll hit Control-Alt-Delete, make sure it loads. Hope I didn't make any mistakes. Okay. So CD-ROM driver is installed. So now we will install Microsoft Windows version 3.1. Insert disk 1 into the drive. Set up. I personally like to go with custom so that it installs in the right spot. Sometimes it'll find a, if I'm well, never mind. Second hard drive, I'll temporarily store some stuff. So that's all good. Okay, we will be right back momentarily. Alright, just went through disk 1 and 2. So at this point, we are now at the graphical interface part of setup. The name and company, you can just put in whatever you want. I'm going to just put in user. Then we'll click on continue, continue again. I don't have any printers. I'm going to go ahead and just leave that out for the sake of the video, but anyone who watches this, you can still do that if you want. Yeah, we'll select everything. What I personally like to do is go with the temporary setting on the swap file and go with 16.384. So I have a 16 megabyte swap file. That's just my personal way. You can just completely ignore that if you want. Sometimes setup will crash on rare occasions. But, are you sure you want to make these changes to virtual Yeah, it's fine. Okay, this will take a few minutes, so we will be back after setup is almost done. So, be back momentarily. Okay, and we are back once again. So, setup has finished copying all files, and I like to go with this particular option. Let you review and edit changes, because I like to, Okay. Looks good there. Looks good there. Okay. Go ahead and skip the tutorial. Remove disks from their drives. I could have put the win.com at the bottom of the one, but actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and do that manually because I want to move a couple things around. Okay. Just go ahead and put my disks right here. Floppy diskettes. Floppy 3.5, 5 1/4. Drive A and drive B. That's just me. Got a D drive. Oh, that's a CD drive. Okay. I personally like to take this and then put it here. Put in Win for Windows. And looks good there. So we'll go ahead and Control-Alt-Delete. Now we'll put in the Aptiva software CD. Got our Windows splash screen. Okay. Do a quick review of what's on this particular CD. And disks, this is where you can install your Antivirus 95, DOS, that's a BIOS update for the M-series Aptivas. These are some disk image files. Here's our M-Wave stuff. Disk images of the same thing. Our VGA stuff here. And this is like for OS2 Warp. There's not a whole lot Windows 95 related stuff. And that's for the CD drive fix for the drive letter settings so that you don't have to reinstall all software. It sometimes works, it sometimes doesn't, but other than that, we'll go ahead and install the VGA drivers first. Let's do it through here, because it might ask for one or more of the Windows install disks. What I'm doing here is just having the this right here so that I know where to go and such. Disks. Install Win31X. Okay, got quite a few options here. We're going to go ahead and go with the default 640 by 480, 256 colors. Click OK. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and Control X. Put in Windows install disk number 1. Okay. Now it wants disk number 2. And then it re-asks for the Trident VJs. So we'll do Control V for paste. Okay. We'll restart Windows. It might not look all that different. Kind of hard to tell. But one way to tell is temporarily going into that's how you know you got 256 colors. I'm going to go with the Windows logo for this setup, just because that's what I personally like to go with. And now we will install our M-Wave software and drivers. I'm going to do the DOS one first. D disks M-Wave install DOS. I don't know if I'll memorize that. Okay. Okay, and here is our DOS install of the M-Wave. Yeah, I recommend going with the default install location, so MWD for M-Wave DOS. Would you like to? Yes, we would. Okay. Just go with the defaults. Unless you've done some hardware changes, then you'll have to manually modify that setup. But I didn't in this case, so everything is the default. MIDI wave samples were not found. M-Wave wave sample, MIDI wave samples must be, yeah. We're going to do that later. Lastly, we're going to finish this. And then after that, we'll do the Windows M-Wave software and drivers. I'm going to do a Control-Alt-Delete. Okay. And make sure that we don't have any issues. Uh-oh. Oops. Forgot to eject the Windows 3.1 disk 2. That was still on the drive. Sorry about that. That was my mistake. Yeah, because I installed PCDOS and just ignore that. We're practically done with these disks, at least for now. Okay. Now we will go with the Win folder. We got a MIDI folder right in there. Complete install. Again, go with the default directory. This actually will not take all that long, so if you want to skip ahead in the video a little bit, you can. It's just that this usually finishes rather quick, which it just did. The screen just went black for a moment because a DOS-based, whatever you want to call it, item came up through a PIF style, so we'll just go with the defaults. No MIDI wave samples found. You need to, yeah, I know. We're going to do that next. Do you want setup to reboot your machine? Yes, we do. Damn it, I got the low battery icon on my camera. I apologize for the use of the language. Hopefully this will hurry up. And we got sound. Okay, let's go ahead and exit Windows for now and shut the system off. And I'm gonna let the battery on my camera charge for a little bit, and then we'll continue on after that is done. So be back in just a moment. Okay, we're back. It's a little later in the day, about an hour and a half later, since I made my last video clip in my video. What we are gonna do is boot back into Windows and install our IBM Aptiva M-Wave MIDI sample files. So, sorry about that slight delay. The moment I saw that damn low battery icon, I mean stinkin' low battery icon, I thought, oh crap, we're gonna have a delay. But let's extend the size of the program manager window. Minimize that, minimize these. Okay, good. The CD is still in the drive. Okay, I'm going to go to disks, M-Wave, install, MIDI, setup.exe, and then we'll click OK twice. Okay. The directory. Now this is particularly the default, so I would actually recommend going with it. So that's what we will do right now. Although with the Aptiva Master CD, the default was MWW \MIDI SNTH synth. But we'll just go with the default. In fact, I recommend doing so in case there's problems afterwards, like there is with the Windows 95 version of the M-Wave. Okay, and then it says, do you want your Windows M-Wave MIDI synthesizer to use these MIDI samples? Yes, we do. Do you want your DOS? Yes, we do. And it only asked once on the Windows because, well, Windows and Windows 95. It's still one operating system, but I still don't understand why it's like that. But okay. It says to remove any disks and restart the system. Well, it's actually a CD, but what they mean is floppy disks, because you can boot from floppy disks. Okay, we'll go and do a Control-Alt-Delete to do a full reboot, just in case. Okay. Alright. Got sound and everything. Let's go to the media player and do a sample of Canyon. The heater system just came on, so it's a little hard to hear. I don't really feel like reaching over to turn the speakers on, so... And I'm sorry that this is not the best way to show the sample, just put the camera right next to the speaker, but I'm in a bit of an awkward spot, so yeah, just bear with me, guys. I'm sorry about that, but at a time like this, it is what it is. But anyways, there you go. A clean install of Windows 3.1 and PCDOS 7.0. Alternatively, you could rerun setup to also add in the Windows items that come with PCDOS 7 that came from Central Point Software is what they call it. And of course it'll probably also reinstall DOS. I've tried it before. Just go to the A prompt, put in the disks. Well, because these are the XDF disks, you'll want to actually boot off of the disk and do it that way too. But anyways, there you have it. A clean install of DOS Windows with sound and modem and VGA drivers, M-Wave and Trident. So that actually does it for this video. In my next video, we will continue on with this same setup and also install IBM OS2 Warp version 3.0, and then after that we'll also do a clean install of OS2 Warp version 3.0 and do the software and drivers off of those. So until then, please stay tuned. This is me, Ryan Hawley, from my channel PB70CDOEM, signing off. I'll see you guys later in the next one. Take care.